Well, hello, and welcome to my latest video. I'm in the garage hiding from Storm Eunice. Storm Eunice is outside in southern England, blowing a gale 90 mile, 100 mile an hour winds, so they say. Although it's not quite that bad in West Wickham at the moment, but who knows what will happen. Now, if you are a regular viewer of this channel, and if you are not a regular viewer of this channel, why are you not a regular viewer of this channel? You will know that I'm wearing a hat. I'm wearing a hat means I'm doing an unboxing. Yes, I am doing an unboxing. And because I have recently purchased a Brompton, which incidentally you may have known if you watched the previous video, I went for the cheaper option. And the reason I was able to buy a Brompton in the first place is because I sold a bike. And as you know, my policy is sell a bike, buy a bike. I've got to sell the bike before I can buy the bike. Not because my darling wife is against me doing that. She is not by any means. She encourages my hobby, but that's what I'd like to do. So I sold a bike, bought a bike, bought a Brompton. So of course, stuff is needed for the Brompton. So I thought I'd do an unboxing, and I have here a box, a big box. And you're thinking, what has Julian got in his box? Well, I'm about to unbox it, so you can find out. Now, I think you're going to be not necessarily pleasantly surprised, but you're going to say, is that the cool jewels that we have come to know and love? Or is that the dull 65-year-old geriatric on the borders of dementia jewels that we are getting increasingly fed up with watching his videos? Well, only time will tell. So let's get to it. I'll open the box, chuck the cover on the side. Is it single use? Oh, forget with the single use, Julian. Nobody cares. Yes, you see the t-shirt behind, available from my web shop. Nobody cares. So, it's quite nice, isn't it? It's a kind of, what do you call it? Muslin sack. A more pleasant sack. And it's got written on it, 1,000. And you're thinking, yes, Julian has joined the ranks of Thousand Island dressing. Thousand Island is a salad dressing, and because it's very popular, they thought, well, why don't we go into making other items that people who enjoy our dressing will also wear? Do you see what they did? Thousand Island dressing means they've gone into apparel, what you and I know as clothes, but for some reason, our friends across the pond, yes, in the US of A, called apparel. And by the way, Henry Wildberry and Miss Cool's, one of my favourite YouTube channels, when they go out for a bicycle ride, they always talk about a route. Okay, we're following a route. They say we're going to take this route over the mountains. We have got a route down to the seaside. Why is it that our cousins, Henry Wildberry and Miss Cool, are not my cousins incidentally, but why do our cousins across the pond say route, whereas we, of course, the originators of the English language, say route? And you can answer me that in the comments down below. Now, get to it, Julian, get to it. Right, I'm going to open the bag. Quickly, I'm moving on because the optimum length of a video on YouTube is 5 minutes and 42 seconds, and I have recently gone wildly over that amount. So what is it? And the particular item, incidentally, is going to necessitate the removal of the kangaroo skin beret, because what I have bought is an item of headgear to be used on the Brompton folding bike. Yes, it is. And everything you buy, by the way, I don't know if you've noticed it, everything you buy in terms of accessories and stuff for the Brompton has to be folding. So I bought a pair of folding trousers. When I take them off, I can fold them up. I bought a folding jacket. When I take it off, I can fold it up. I bought a bell, and when I don't use it, I can fold it up. I bought a bag. Yeah, and the bag, yes, you guessed it, is also foldable. So everything that you buy for the Brompton is foldable. I bought a pump. Folds up really small. Actually, I might show it to you one day, but sometimes it doesn't work when you folded it up because the kind of air gets trapped in it. It's like when you've got trapped wind. And I'm sure many of you will know what I mean by trapped wind. So, like, off with his head, off with his hat. And yes, look at this. And I think this is beautiful. Beautiful. Can you use a word like beautiful? Of a cycle helmet. Is it a cycle helmet or is it a Brompton cycle helmet? I think it's a helmet that can only be used on a Brompton, and it says 1000 on it because it's made by the Thousand Island people, and it's got this kind of brim. You see, it looks a little bit like a German stormtrooper's helmet, but I'm sure that is purely coincidence. Not overly blessed with vents. There are three, count them, 3 vents here at the top of the helmet, and there are four count them, vents here at the back of the helmet, which is not a lot of vents. So I don't know whether Brompton cycles are only to be ridden when the weather is poor, because if it is very hot, this helmet, I imagine, could get quite hot. So I'll show you the inside. The inside's quite nice, you see. I'm quite a big fan of this. Is sort of navy, but it's not quite navy. They call it navy. It's a kind of darkish blue, but there's a particular colour to it. Anyway, I'm quite a big fan of navy and orange. So I'm moving this around too much, so you can't get a proper decent look at it. So that's the inside of the helmet. And these bits here, don't know what they call those, but they go on your head. They're orange, while the outer part of the helmet, as you can see, is this rather fetching shade of dark blue with the white band. Can you see that white band going round? And then it says 1000 here in that same orange colour. And what does it say? Oh, this, I can't find it. This thing here, which says fuzzed. You know my thing about, Wahoo, right, and the element, right, where they remove the vowels. What is that all about? Is it something that, if you are from the US of A, you can explain to me? Why do you remove the vowels? There's got to be a reason for it. So, fuzzed, right, this is a magnetic hole in the side of the helmet. And you're thinking, why a magnetic hole? No, it's a hole which is sealed by a magnetic cover, like that. And you're thinking, why is there a hole in the side of the helmet? That doesn't seem very safe. Well, it could be, if you're riding along, you get water on the brain. Sometimes you get water on the brain that comes out of your ear. Well, it can escape out of the ear, out of your ear. So there's kind of helmet vent there to let the water on the brain escape. Or it's also, as they say, because you can then slip your lock through this hole and then lock this helmet to something or other, lock it to your Brompton. So when somebody steals your Brompton, of course, they make sure they get their helmet as well. No, that's not the reason. You can lock this to, I don't know, a lamppost or a passing grandmother who's not walking too quickly, and then you can, and they do say, actually, if your helmet is stolen, unless it's by an elderly grandparent, in which case you won't get it back again, but if your helmet is stolen, having been locked, they will provide you with a replacement. Now, these straps, I'm sorry to say, well, I'm not sorry to say, actually, these straps are vegan friendly. Now, I'm not quite sure what vegan friendly means. It may be if you're riding your Brompton and you pass a vegan, then the helmet, there's a little chip in the helmet, and it will say, good morning, Mrs. Vegan, good morning, Mr. Vegan, good morning, Miss Vegan, good morning, elderly grandparent vegan. Not there are any elderly grandparents that are vegan. So they are vegan friendly straps, so they're very nice to vegans, which of course I am not. And it's also got a special, I don't know if you can see that, a special magnetic clasp. So I'm going to present one side of the clasp to the other. Look, I'm presenting one side of the clasp to the other. Oh, look at it, it's clicked. Oh, look, they've fallen in love, and now they've made the beast with 2 backs out of the magnetic clasp. So you want to see the helmet on, don't you? So no, we're not interested in all this description, do we? Want to see it on. Right, so here is Julian, right, and he's putting put the clasp on like that, and there's let me undo that strap because I need to demonstrate it fully. There is here one of these twirly things. See, you twirl it and you tighten it up so it fits your head. If you're a big head like Julian has, then you can fit it on, tighten it, put it on there, and you do a magnetic clasp. Oh, now you'll say to yourself, that is one cool dude. I think this helmet is kind of favoured by skateboarders. Skateboarders are the coolest people on earth, except for snowboarders. They are the coolest people on earth. I don't know if you've noticed, actually, because I've been watching a bit of the Winter Olympics, that the snowboarders, they tend to be quite short. And I imagine that's because they have a low centre of gravity, and therefore they're less likely to fall over. Whereas if you're like me, 6 foot high, 6 foot tall, dark, handsome, not dark, you know what I mean, tall, handsome, 6 foot tall, I have a high centre of gravity. My centre of gravity is around about here, just where my nose is. It's a little bit higher when I'm standing up, but it's about here. And therefore I'm useless at snowboarding and, of course, skateboarding and skiing, and in fact any kind of winter sport. Skating, not very good at skating, never tried skating, actually. It could turn out to be really good. But anyway, that is the reason. So that is the 1000. It's reasonably comfortable. I'm going to have to adjust the wheel. It's a difficulty getting hold of the wheel there for some reason. I'm going to have to adjust the wheel, but I'm going to go out, and you're thinking, Julian, you bought this poxy Brompton months ago, and we haven't seen you go out on it. Well, I did go out for a ride yesterday, which was Thursday, with my friends Mike and Simon, and we went up to Greenwich and then rode along the Thames Pass. And you're thinking, well, we haven't seen that video, and the reason is I did take my GoPro with me. The wind is picking up a bit. I switched it on, the battery was flat. So I couldn't film my video. And as it happened, I didn't go on the Brompton. The reason I didn't go on the Brompton is because I didn't have a spare inner tube. And being of a person who quite often gets punctures on his bicycle, to go out on a bicycle without a spare inner tube, I just thought was, not the done thing. So I bought the Brompton 4 months ago. It took me a while to get onto the unfolding course. Bought a couple of accessories to it. I couldn't go out until I had the Brompton specific helmet and the Brompton specific inner tube, because as you know, it's got small wheels, so a standard inner tube will not fit. But now that I've got those things, I can go out on the Brompton, except that I can't today because of the high winds. So I don't know when I'm going to go. But when I do, friends, I shall take you with me. So that is the 1000 Brompton. It doesn't have to be for a Brompton, but it's 1000 skateboarders. Cool dude, 100%. Navy blue and orange cycle helmet. If you like my videos, please like my videos, hit the notification bell, give me a thumbs up. Yes, don't give me a thumbs down because that makes me cry, particularly at weekends. And do remember, I keep on saying this, but do remember that all the revenue, which is not vast amounts actually, in fact it's dropped a bit. So if you used to watch my videos but you don't anymore, and if you don't anymore you're not going to see this, but if you used to watch my videos but you don't anymore, please start watching my videos, because all the money raised go to support the Vine Food Bank, which is in Croydon in the United Kingdom, and therefore helps people who are less fortunate than ourselves. And my battery is running flat, so thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time, maybe even on the Brompton.